Stay tuned after the interview for an exclusive music video by 60matic. What's up, everybody? It's Josh and Jess from God Hates Unicorns, and we're back. We're here. We're doing it again. You're watching it. It's happening. We're here with another amazing episode of bands and artists we like and support that aren't as good as God Hates Unicorns. It's always up for debate, but we'll always have our opinion that is the case. And here with us today, we have Sean 60matic.
Hello, how's it going? Thanks for having me here.
60matic. And his last name is what?
Matic.
Oh, Sean.
It's Irish. It's Omatic.
60matic.
Grandson of Matic. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for being our first regular old podcast of 2022.
Ooh, exciting.
It's been a
Nice.
while.
It has been a while.
It's been a few months.
It really has, and that's like, I mean, everybody must be crying, but we're here.
We're back.
Wipes the tears. We're doing it again. So excited to have you on. We were talking a little bit about this a second ago, but your stuff is something that I've checked out a long time ago, but then I didn't really like follow anything. Like I'm just like, this is cool, and that's done. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because your music's really interesting and it's really different.
Thanks. Yeah. So I mean the biggest thing about me, like musically, that just to get out of the way, and it really shapes and has shaped everything that I've done, is that my main gig, or my main thing, is playing the bagpipes. So I started when I was 7, so it's been quite a few years. And 60matic is an outlet for me to do music myself, and with the option of having people come in and out. I didn't feel comfortable using like Sean O'Donnell and releasing music. I did that once and just felt really uncomfortable about it. So I took the opportunity to have 60matic do that. And the first single that I put out was The World Will Break Your Heart. And I liked it enough to put it out. And then I was like, oh, well, I'd like this other thing too. So I put out another single, and I have 3 albums out now. And the last one just came out in December on Wild Kindness Records, and it's called The Mayor of Yesterday. And I'm excited about it because it's different for me. I mean, I try to make music that's different in general, but even like within my own skill set, it really was something that I hadn't tried before, and I started using more electronic bagpipes and in the composition and in the production of it, and really started to, I don't know, it really, something clicked when I was working on that one that really it's excited me about making new music and doing different things.
Yeah, I was jamming that album for a week or so now. That after we booked you, I was like, I'm gonna check out more of his stuff, and I was jamming to the Mayor of Yesteryear, and I really dig the electronic aspect of it too. Like,
oh yeah.
And The World Will Break Your Heart is the thing years ago now. It has been years ago. Boy,
Yeah.
Is time happening fast. That I originally had checked out. I was like, the artwork really drew me, and I was like, this is cool. And I really liked that. I remember listening to it and thinking, this is like, it's something you would hear on a movie soundtrack. Like, and I was listening to the new stuff too. And yeah, it's really, I like the electronic aspect and the progression, and it kind of plays out like you're in a movie. Like you can kind of put it on and just your life happens, and that's your soundtrack. Yeah. It's really cool. That's
a little journey.
It is really, and you can put it to anything, and it's so relevant. It's so different, but it works so well. So I think that it's so worth checking out. There are no lyrics that I heard, so it's just like a musical.
Yeah, it's so I've been playing music for 20 some years now, and I finally realized after about 10 or 12 years that I don't have a incredibly good voice. And it's a lot easier to work around that when there aren't lyrics. So I've just been focusing on instrumental music, which has been a lot less stressful for me because then I don't stress about the vocals and the lyrics and stuff as much. But it also has been really cool because it, like, that limitation has its own limitations, and but things that, like, overcoming those challenges has been kind of fun too. Sorry, I might have a cat sneaking in here.
Okay, let's talk about like where you're at right now, because you are in a closet.
I am in the closet right now. Yeah, no, I have a 4-year-old and a 3-month-old, and it is currently like bath time for at least one of them, and my in-laws are here, and our house isn't that big, so I am in my little closet music studio.
Oh, nice. So it is a studio.
So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, lots of cables and assorted bagpipe parts and a couple of 4-tracks, all the good stuff built in the background.
I see that. Do you do anything out like live?
Yeah, kind of, not as much. I'm still, so like, if like the stuff that I put out is complex, I guess, or like complex for like one person to do.
Yeah.
So I haven't figured out how to do that. And I don't have any friends. So I'm just kidding. I do have a couple. No. But it's just, I'm older. It's harder, as with kids, as you can imagine, or as to do music. And especially the kind of music, like I haven't wanted to be constricted by, like, in the composition and production part, by like thinking like, oh, I need to be able to do this on stage, or I don't know an oboe player or somebody who could do this. So I don't worry about that. And the bad side of that is that I don't know how to do that live. But I do want to start doing more of that. Like, I've done a couple things, and with some of the new equipment that I've been getting, I'm starting to figure out how I can do like a 1 or 2 person show. But like I said before, I have a 3-month-old, so that will all come in due time.
Yeah, absolutely. And congratulations, by the way.
Thanks.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, shit. Whenever we were about that, my wife got pregnant for my son. Like that day, I was like, I'm starting a band. I was like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's good for you. How did she take that?
I was like, I have an idea.
Oh, but that's really cool. And it is hard to, there's so much, I guess, freedom whenever you're doing things electronically, and you can add so much, but it does make it harder whenever you're looking for live people. But just get that backing track.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I've done stuff like that with actually, now that you mentioned that, I played at the Georgetown Music Festival a couple years ago, and I had the bagpipes played to a backing track. So yeah, that's generally like the direction I'm going, and it's just figuring out how to do it so that it's exciting too. Because I've also seen some, like solo electronic musicians, live, and the music's good, but it can be kind of dull, I guess, to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just trying to get all the different pieces together.
Trick might be like getting like a visual,
like
a visual backdrop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that goes to the music. So it's so if it's only you playing bagpipes over like a backing track, you can have like clips or like light show or something going on with it. So it's not like it's more of like a performance thing than just like
just
hit and play and then playing bagpipes.
Right, and it's hard. Bagpipes are an instrument I would never even attempt. Because
she's only heard them one time, and that's that one Korn song.
Oh, well, it's a great song.
Oh yeah. That is one of the better examples that you could have brought up. So here you go.
Are you a Korn fan?
I'm not, but he does it well, and he's a good piper, and so I'm excited about it, and that people know bagpipes from that because yeah, it's something different.
Yeah, I like them a lot in high school, like too much. Like there are pictures.
Bagpipes or corn?
Corn, but then it made me like bagpipes. So like mission accomplished to all the bagpipers. Corn made it happen.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Like I think I was in high school when that came out, and everybody who knew me as the bagpiper was like, "Oh, did you hear that Korn has a bagpipe on their album?" I was like, "Yeah." It was really cool. So
yeah, it is cool.
That was the one good thing about it.
I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect anyone in Korn for as much as they've done for me in my childhood growing up, my becoming.
Oh no. No judgment, no. It's all good.
I'll judge.
He always judges me. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
That's fine. Somebody's gotta do it.
What musicians are like your influences? Like, what do you jam out
to?
Other than God Hates Unicorns.
Other than God Hates Unicorns, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, I gotta think back now because it's been God Hates Unicorns for like a couple years now. When I jam, like a lot of Fish, because when they do jam, I like that it's something new, so it's not like I'm playing along to a song, like I'm more like mentally untethered to any kind of specific rhythm or melody because it's not anything that's been written yet. So stuff like that, or free jazz, Yo La Tengo live stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then just a lot of time with, stuck in my own head with earbuds or headphones in and just seeing what happens.
Yeah. You a fan of Oysterhead?
Yeah. I like Oysterhead. Not as familiar, but I've heard some of the live sets that they've done, and their album's really good. And yeah, it's Trey from Fish and Stuart Copeland, who's an incredible drummer, and Les Claypool, who goes without introduction.
I didn't know about it. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah,
it's a huge power trio. Like I think the album came out in like 2002 or 3 or something, but they still they played a festival last year. They might be doing some this year. I don't remember.
Yeah, Les is nuts.
Yeah. I saw him with the Frog Brigade at Mr. Smalls a couple years ago. That was a great show.
Yeah, I seen it when they put the Promise of the Willy Wonka soundtrack. I went and saw that, and they did like 2 sets, one of all their hits, and then one of the whole Willy Wonka, and they had a whole big set of like Willy Wonka shit. It's pretty wild.
Oh wow!
It was like stage AE. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that must have been
a bunch of extras and doing weird acting stuff, like the business stuff.
I saw Primus once. I think they did the Frizzle Fry album. It was a long ass time ago. And I just remember, I don't know where it was, but I remember I had sandals on and I really regretted it because I just got stepped on over and over again. And I was like, I guess I'm just not going to have feet anymore after this. But they have a hell of a live performance.
Yeah. And he's amazing watching him play live. Like people like that, it's holy shit. And like he doesn't like take it off. Like he doesn't just like I'm not gonna play this note, or I'm gonna like dumb it down for nope. It's the Promise song. Like it's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it look so easy.
It's insane how easy it makes it look. Like he's not even like paying attention to what he's doing.
Right.
So what you said you started bagpipes at 7.
Yep.
Was that like your parents wanted you to start playing it?
No, it was my idea. So what happened was my uncle was a drummer in a bagpipe band, and we used to go see them play at parades and stuff. And I was 7 and thought the bagpipes were cool and started taking lessons from a guy named John Duxbury. And then, just my parents, helped keep me focused throughout like middle school and high school. And then I just kind of kept with it eventually. Not eventually, ultimately. So eventually, ultimately.
That's awesome.
But, yeah.
So I played in bagpipe bands and like competed and with them across like the US and Canada, which was kind of fun, but I got tired of doing that, and now I just do like private gigs like weddings and funerals and then weird shit like this.
Wait, tell me a little bit about your funeral set.
Usually it's playing as people arrive and then playing after the service as people leave, and it's typically like Amazing Grace and Danny Boy and a couple other pretty, like, it's usually they'll say like, oh, the one that's in this movie or whatever, and it's usually one of those two, or Dvorak's Going Home, the bagpipe arrangement of part of that symphony. And
you want him to play that Korn song when you die.
I was just gonna say that.
That's what you want to do.
That's
that
what I
would be
want.
I would love that. That'd be much better. Not that I want you to die, but
Well, I mean, that's a nice consolation prize.
So what are you doing in 2 months?
What are you doing in 2 months?
I'll get a contract ready. We'll figure this out.
Yeah, we will. It's not going to be funny when I'm dead in 2 months, but you still got to do it.
Yeah.
I do want that. I want that. In fact, if any of my family members die, I'm actually going to hire you and make you do the Korn song at their funeral. So, because if I have to organize a funeral, I'm going to do it.
Very
So,
good.
Playing Korn.
this is what they would have wanted.
My grandma's a big Korn fan.
She's a huge Korn fan.
Good one.
I do, like you're saying, like playing a song from a movie, and I was saying, your sound is such like a movie soundtrack. If you had to pick a movie that your songs were a soundtrack to, what movie would it be?
Huh. Wow. Like a movie that exists?
Yeah, it has to be a movie that exists, because unless you want to you want to pitch.
But you have to give stories and actors if you're gonna pitch a movie.
If you're gonna pitch a movie, you gotta like give the whole thing. And you had so much time to prepare for this question, so.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Which script should I pick from? No. Let's see. My music with movie. Probably something weird, like maybe maybe Being John Malkovich.
Okay.
Or like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yes.
Something
Yeah,
a little.
I was on the same wave. I was going to say The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Definitely have some more like whimsical things that would fit really well in there. Good call.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie. I would say, like, when I was listening in the car, I was trying to think of like 90s movies, and I'm like, are you thinking of 90s movies because there's a bagpipe? Is that what you're doing? But maybe. But yeah, I just like it. We're gonna, what we should do is we should make little movies and put them behind it, and we won't tell you what we're doing. This is a good idea, and we won't tell you what they're going to be about.
Hit me.
I'm trying to get your attention.
Oh, I was paying attention.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll just be like, here's your music video, and it'll just be like a little movie of something that you won't know what it is.
That could be weird. Yeah,
that's a good idea. We're going to do that.
Bear Creek.
No, shut up. We love you, Dylan. Bear Creek is coming out, and we love
to
you.
a theater soon.
Shut up.
But
I miss you, Dylan, by the way. Are you watching this, you asshole?
It's live. He's definitely watching.
It's not live.
When I was listening to the Mayor album, what I liked about it is it was like you say someone I play bagpipes and I do electronic stuff. You think of like a novelty type of thing, but it didn't seem like a novelty thing. Like how you incorporate it and how you write and how you do things. It, like you like Jethro Tull. It's novelty. He plays the flute.
Right.
You know what I mean, or something like that. You hear something like that, and like no, you fit it in where it's like a complete song where it's like okay, it just happens to be a bagpipe playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm really glad that you took that from that, or that you felt that way, because that's really what I'm trying to do. I mean, there's definitely been bagpipes. I mean, like besides, like I mean, I wouldn't even say like Jonathan Davis is doing it as a novelty thing in Korn. Like
No.
he was a piper and like he's just incorporating it. But like some of the other there are like other bagpipe rock music or bagpipe modern music or Western music juxtapositions or integrations that are like they really do kind of come off like a little hokey. Like it's cool because it's the bagpipes, but
Yeah.
it's not cool bagpipes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I mean, I feel bad saying that, like kind of like a snob, but
it's true. Because you have to look like this. If you put any other instrument in those songs, they would still be good songs.
Mhm.
You know, but for all, like you said, all those bands, if you put another instrument work with what they're doing, they wouldn't be as good because the novelty is gone. Of like, hey, that's a cool, you know, it's like a bagpipe song.
Yeah.
right.
You know, or like, you know, so like that's kind of cool. Like when I was listening to your stuff, I was drawn more to some of the piano work and some of the electronic stuff, and then the bagpipe stuff.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's really cool too, and it fit
Mm-hmm.
rather
Right.
than like being like, you know, over the top and like this is what everything is, and this is,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
like you focus
Yeah,
more on
not
the
just like, hey,
songwriting
look
more
at me, I'm
than
playing the bagpipes.
you focus more on the songwriting more than the instrument, which
Yeah.
is important.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and some of that comes from doing the bagpipes last, like thinking like, oh, is there a place for the bagpipes in here that like I could do something and do something like different with them, not just, you know, play like a bagpipe melody. Because like but the bagpipes only have like 9 notes really. So like there's not, I don't know, it's good to be able to like kind of work backwards and then think like, well, I could do like just something that sounds like a bagpipe melody, or I could, you know, use the bagpipes to create like more like a Phil Spector wall of sound or
Mhm.
like type of thing.
Yeah, and because no matter what you're doing and what you're playing, it's all has to be in service to the song.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you're not doing it in service to the song, you're doing yourself an injustice.
Yeah.
So like you said, like where can this fit in, or can it fit in, or you know,
Right.
what should I do here? Whatever the case may be, like it should be service to the song, not service to like I want to have
Right.
this particular thing there.
Mhm.
It needs to be like,
Yeah.
what does this actually need?
Right.
Yeah, and that's yeah, and it's worked both ways too for me. I mean, there have been times where like, oh, like I really like this track, but then like after like a week or two of listening to it and like going over it and playing with it, I'm like, it's like I really just did this to, you know, just to have the bagpipes in there. But like there'll be other things where like there's this one song that I'm working on that I'm really excited about that I mean I probably first started working on it 15, 16, 17 years ago. And just recently thought like, well, what if I like, there was always kind of like a hokey sound in it. And I was like, what if I change that with the bagpipes? And it completely changed it and like made it, I don't know, it made it seem, I was like, oh, I've been waiting 15 years to put the bagpipes into this song. So like that kind of thing.
That's awesome. Are you working on anything like towards any sort of new releases?
Yeah, I haven't decided exactly what. I know I want to put out, and I should be able to put out this year a full or a fully realized Six-O-Matic bagpipe album where every track has bagpipes. I'm just not sure if I want to do like a full album or a couple EPs because it's, you know, just seeing like what fits as a artistic piece. Because I mean, some of it is more melodic and still beat driven and more song like, and some of it is a lot more focused on the drone and ambient aspect of it. So I'm trying to figure out how they all fit together and if they're gonna, we'll see what they become, but definitely something, because I can't sit still long enough and not be working on something.
It might be kind of fun to do a couple EPs because you get like more things to release. Like it's
Yeah.
like, ooh, here's the thing. Ooh, here's the thing.
Yeah, and EPs, I mean, some EPs are really, I mean, as in and of themselves are like incredible artistic things, like, you know, entities. I mean, Like my favorite Godspeed You Black Emperor album is actually the new, what is it, New Riot for, I don't know, I'm going to screw up the name, so, but it was an EP.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
were thinking about doing like singles for ours. We're working on some stuff and we're thinking about just releasing
Yeah,
like singles.
we have like a few songs we recorded, and we're like, where do these fit?
Mhm.
And right now we have 3 songs we could release as singles, and we have one song that we want to base an actual thing around. I think
Yeah, so we'll like make
we
a
might actually
like
do a
save it for a separate.
like a concept thing where like, because like musically and lyrically it lends itself to that.
Cool.
And then our other song will actually fit into that mold with
Mhm.
with some rearranging of the lyrics.
So yeah, like we had the idea we were gonna do a 5-song thing, then it's like, well, maybe we'll just do singles and then work on this other thing.
Yeah.
It's just how everything falls
Yeah,
into
3
place.
songs are done. We'll do a single release in May or sometime, and then July and like October, and hopefully by then we're ready to be back in the studio.
Yeah.
Like hopefully, like I think so, but
Maybe.
I'm already starting it, so the sketching
Sketching?
Cool.
Sketching what?
of the concept.
Oh, nice. I thought you were drawing a picture. I was like,
I can't
ooh,
draw.
Ooh.
Like I'm the least talented artist in this band.
Thank you. That makes me feel like I'm very talented. Just by proxy.
Well, you can draw.
Well, I mean, you could
Oh, you
say
know,
anyone can't draw.
Oh, you mean like artists in general? Then I'm the most
No,
talented.
no. I meant like thank you.
Oh.
Because like I can draw, Matt can draw, Tim, I don't know. Marcus, I don't know.
I might be better than Tim.
Wow.
I don't know though. We'll have to have a contest.
Sounds like a competition is
It
working.
sounds like we're gonna have a drawing contest, the GHU drawing contest.
Yeah.
Tim has been called out. What do you have? What do you got, Tim?
You're not watching this.
We're gonna tag him in it.
We're gonna tag him in it. He's our drummer.
We don't have a
He's
What do you mean, you know?
I said he's
What does that mean?
He's
I don't know.
Yeah. He's a drummer, you know. Yeah,
He's a
Okay.
drummer,
yeah, no,
Yes, I
I know
do know
drummers.
Tim, I bet you draw real good. We'll find out when the GHU drawing contest commences. I'm gonna kill all y'all in that. I can be a good drawer. I do like visual arts. Like if I wasn't doing this, I would do all that because
Yeah, she has a bunch of cool paintings. I have a couple here.
Oh, cool.
oh,
I'm still waiting for
Will you get your
mine.
art?
But
well, it'll come eventually.
it's never coming. She was supposed to pay me a painting like a year ago or so.
You gotta
never
feel the
coming.
painting. And
You can't rush
I've painted,
You gotta paint the painting. You're not
I've
fucking
painted
doing
a
it.
lot of other things and drawn a lot of other things.
I'm just not
You're
important.
just low on my totem.
Well, I mean, do you want to accept just something, or do you want to accept the right painting for
That's
you?
what he wants is the right painting, and I'm not ready for the right painting yet.
You can't rush brilliance.
You can't. Thank you.
I'm not sure it's all try.
I like doing all that stuff. Like any sort of,
I'm never getting that, am I?
probably not. You can have it now. It's not done. Whatever. But yeah, I think that's the arts are very important. And I am lucky enough, we are lucky enough to know people in visual arts, in music,
Mhm.
photography, videography, and it's so many pornography. And I've known people. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's great.
No.
As you can see, this is from my old
It
job.
wasn't a joke. It was
Okay.
It was
Okay,
it's a
we're
statement.
not hating.
yeah.
But
Art's art.
art
Yeah.
is art, and it is so important.
It's like some
And
Jackson Pollock shit.
Cool.
but it is, and it's that's why I like this podcast, is because we get to see people in all different types of roles, and it's amazing. I love being part of the scene, just
Mhm.
knowing, and models, and
Yeah.
people that do streams, and there's just so much creativity, and writers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's just so much. And Pittsburgh is such a wonderful place for it too. Like there's such
Yeah.
a wonderful, like just growing scene.
Art scene, like so many, I know a lot of great writers. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I used to run a literary magazine. It was a digital only literary magazine, probably about 10 or 12 years ago. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, like it was like one of a couple that got briefly mentioned in the New Yorker like weekend magazine online. Like it had the New Yorker like in the title, so like that's all I cared about. It was like
That's
you know, like,
awesome.
things
So
you can
cool.
online, but yeah, like and we had writers from mostly Pittsburgh, but all over the country, and yeah, it was really cool.
Why'd you stop doing that?
Music, jobs, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we did it for a couple of years though. Like it had a good run.
Yeah.
It was called Ophelia Street. I think it's still online somewhere as an archive, but like a lot of good local writers, Dan Friedson, Robert Eisenberg, Bernadette Alsmer, a bunch of others. So yeah, it was always something. It's always fun to be involved in the arts. And I've always kind of been surrounded by artistic people, so that really helps. I think my music and just makes life much better in general.
It does. It really does. Because life is not like super fun and it's kind of hard. and it makes it like, oh, this is all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps. It helps get you through the day.
This is that's my philosophy. It was I mean, you can, if you want, I know you have a lot of writer friends. I know that was very eloquent. So write that down. Makes it kind of okay. But so we're very excited to see everything that you're going to be putting out. I'm so glad that we were able to connect because like I said, I was like, oh yeah, because I saw the image and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was so nice to be able to connect and talk to you. And thank you for being our first podcast of 2022. You get a prize.
Well, I mean, we had one before.
Well, it wasn't on this.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was in person. So.
And which
is probably better to do it like this because you don't want to be with us in person. It's a lot worse.
God no.
Well, I mean, I stink right now, so you definitely don't want to be with me in person.
We're very, very inappropriate and touchy feely.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that would have worked then, but we'll never know now.
Damn it.
We could do another.
We're doing another one.
All right. Scratch us. We'll do it next week.
Yeah, we're doing it
What are you doing
next
next Tuesday?
I'm gonna have 3 EPs out this year, so I'll just keep coming back for each one.
Yeah, you gotta. We'll make it really weird next time. Trying to be nice, trying to behave ourselves, but
yeah. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's been cool talking to you guys, and really appreciate the opportunity, and glad you did the music, and hope you keep. I'm looking forward to the projects that you were mentioning because I love what you're doing and how your sounds developed, and go Pittsburgh music. It's a lot of
go
time.
Pittsburgh music, and thank you. That's so awesome.
And check out the Mayor of Yesteryear out December 10th. It's down, links down below.
It was out December 10th.
It was out December 10th.
Okay, well, the saying out December 10th.
Okay, was out December 10th. It came out December 10th.
And it'll still be out this coming December 10th. So
It will also be there. So
it'll be out.
I'm not wrong either way.
You're not wrong.
So check it out in the link below, and all 6 of my all the material. It's all there.
Here, and follow them. Wait till you see. You're gonna be so surprised. You're gonna be like, "Who is this? I don't
It's
know."
better
And then
than
you're
corn.
gonna be like,
It's better than corn.
"I'm gonna."
She's gonna pitch us covering the song and having you play bagpipes with us. I know she is.
Okay, well now I am.
That's great. Yeah.
Now I am. So get ready.
We're not gonna do it though. I'm sorry.
I'll do it on my own.
I'd rather have an original song and have you play bagpipes on it than.
Why can't we do both?
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sean. It was so awesome meeting you. You fucking rock.
Hey.
Check out Six-O-Matic. I'll put all your links. And
Down there.
or somewhere. I don't know where they are, but
Down there.
down there. Check them out down there.
Down there.
And thank you. And we can't wait to have more of these. We can't wait to talk to everybody soon. Hit us up if you want to be on. And that's it. That's it.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Take care.